And we are back. Thank you again for joining us for week 2 of the Eternal Tournament series. I, of course, am Mark, aka Chibikawaii, and with me in the booth is the Mr. Counterbob. How are you doing, Bob?
I'm great today. I'm excited to cast and see all these crazy decks, especially in these early rounds. This one that we're going to see this round, the Scream Reanimator deck with a splash of fire, should be interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And of course, so we have Overmaster on the Scream Reanimator list. As we were talking off camera, a little bit of a lower to the ground version of the deck versus the Screaming Reanimator list that we saw top 4 last week. And then against Overmaster, we have Tomathor on Time Justice Primal Temporal Control. Looking there, doesn't seem to be a ton of spice from what I'm seeing. It seems to be pretty standard temporal control deck.
Yeah,
right? Am I missing anything?
No, just standard temporal control deck. Last round we saw the one with the Shadow Splash, which a little off kilter. But this one's your more standard with Sword of Sky King, your Harsh Roll. Entrapment's going to be good in this matchup.
Yeah, very, very much so. I think the entrapments are going to be big. Harsh Rolls are going to be big too. Desert Marshal, all-star. Disjunction's not doing too terribly much here. And is there any way? And the Reclaimer in the board, I think, will be hot potatoes if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So it looks like players are underway. Tomathor going to go ahead and play a seat depleted. Overmaster going to play a banner depleted. Tomathor is back on turn, going to play the Waystone, and we're going to see a Find the Way come out for Tomathor. Tomathor getting a Primal Sigil off that. Overmaster, what are you doing? Playing a Crest of Fury. Let's see. We're going to bottom a Torch and then fire out Slumbering Stone.
Yeah, one of the interesting things with the splash of fire into the Felon Reanimator list is you get stuff like Quarry, you get the Madness Combust Engine, although that won't really matter in this matchup. There's nothing really to Madness in it, but it is an interesting take. And then the key card he seems to be splashing is the Caleb Reborn, which is a card I really like. It's been fun to play with in a couple of decks I've been toying with. It can be very strong with cards like Levitate. It turns into a 5/5 flyer, smash in.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely good. I'm curious to see how how Overmaster's deck actually plays out. Tomathor for his turn, only just playing the depleted Primal Sigil that he got the turn before, and then fired off the second Find the Way, and then shipped the turn back to Overmaster. Overmaster getting out that Nocturnal Observer, of course, setting off Nightfall and looting a little bit, getting rid of a Waystone, shipping the turn back to Tomathor. Tomathor drawing a Crest for the turn, as well as a Seat from the Night Trigger, and we're going to see a Primal Sigil revealed off of the Crest. That's going to go on the bottom, and then Tomathor is just going to ship the turn. Doesn't want to fire off that Lightning Storm yet to get rid of the Slumbering Stone. Of course, that doesn't really do too much. And this Disjunction, again, as we've kind of mentioned, just going to sit in hand, not really do anything.
One of the nice thing about Overmaster's deck, there's a bunch of dead cards like Madness, Combust, but with the Observer, you can just draw and discard them, and it's basically, free cards to discard. There's some matchups where I want to draw off this, but I don't want to discard any of my cards. In this matchup, you have plenty of cards that you're just like, I don't need this. I don't want it. Get out of here.
That does make those decisions very easily, or very, very easy, very easily. It doesn't make the decisions very easily. They just make them easily. Is that good? That makes sense. Okay. Tomathor going to go ahead and play out a Seat from his hand, getting him another Time and Primal Influence. We still see the depleted Time Sigil in Tomathor's hand, and a Lightning Strike was picked up, which should be pretty good, especially since Overmaster did devour his Slumbering Stone to get his Gargoyle out there.
Yeah, another thing we talked about off camera was Overmaster's power base, featuring zero seats and 0 sigils.
Yeah, very, very, very interesting take. Oh, and we see a aReNGee discarded and then a Haunting Scream immediately getting it out of the yard. And we're going to see a Bash for 7, and Tomathor has to decide whether they want to use the Lightning Strike or not. But the Lightning Strike's only going to hit the Vengeful Gargoyle. That 5/5, it says, ho, ho, ho. And then it's going to disappear at the end of turn, so that Vanquish is not going to do anything from Tomathor either.
makes the Vanquish dead. You could try to save 2 life by using Lightning Strike. Might want to save it for any fanatics that are screamed. You can just Lightning Storm away the stone.
Ooh, well, there's a Stronghold's Visage being drawn for Tomathor, and then an Eileen's Favor off of the Night trigger, thanks to Rindra hitting the field, triggering Night. Ooh, Tomathor, instead of playing the Stronghold Visage, goes ahead and gets the Aegis going off of this Eileen's Favor. Interesting, and doesn't play the depleted power. Okay, so we're going to see a Lightning Storm here.
Yeah, there's nothing really the Aegis is going to protect from besides a torch. There's no sabotage main.
Yeah,
the Visage might have been slightly better, only slightly, just to force Overmaster to speed up his clock. But right now, just trying to clear the board. That Observer's not dying to the Lightning Storm is the problem. It's definitely an engine that's running, and there's no answer in Tomathor's hand. Vanquishes do nothing. It's rough at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that they played the non-depleted power there so they could hold up Lightning Strike, just in case, and maybe get the Observer to attack in. We did not see that. That Observer is just basically a loot engine at that point. We do see another Haunting Scream come down. Rindra hitting the field again, getting in, dropping Tomathor down to 11. Overmaster at 37 life now. With a second Observer hitting play, just churning through his cards right now.
There's an interesting thing with Entrapment. The bottom line of text says cannot be played at night, and if you're reanimating Rindra's, the one card that can kill it is Entrapment, but it can't because it's nighttime.
Yeah, and we do see Temporal Distortion has been drawn by Tomathor, but the odds of them living until then seem very, very low. Because like if in this turn, right, they could play the Primal Sigil, which would then give them 7 power, which would then let them play Stronghold's Visage and still hold up Lightning Strike, but then they wouldn't be able to play Temporal Distortion on turn 8. So I think I agree with their line here. Just go ahead and playing the Visage and their depleted power, and then just praying that they live till the next turn. Ship the turn back to Overmaster. Overmaster has the Dark Return, so that's going to be all she wrote, folks. Rindra coming back, of course, the Flying and the Charge staying on there from the Haunting Scream. Gets a +1/+1. That's 6/6, and then another 4 power. That's Xaxes. Congratulations, Overmaster.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead cards sitting in his hands. Vanquishes did nothing. Entrapment did nothing. He just had a bunch of potatoes against a bunch of meat.
But potatoes and meat, they go very well together. I would argue that, like they're just like 2 peas in a pod, really. Meat and potato. Oh, come on. Meat and potatoes? Everybody likes a good meat and potato. Like, you get some ground beef and the potatoes and like some ketchup, put it all together. Ooh, that's good
pretty
stuff.
Good.
It's good stuff.
More Kabasi and pierogi guy.
Ooh, all right. I can get behind with my fellow Poles. Talking about sideboards now, though. I have to imagine there's entrapments leaving.
Yeah, they're questionable. Permafrost might come in because you can put it onto the Observer and it negates the effect.
Yeah, that which is, I think, a very, very reasonable thing to do, especially after seeing how much work they did that last game.
There is also the Great Parliament you could bring in to block any of the flyers that come off Scream.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I do really like that. Lightning Strike seems fine. Let's see. Vanquish is okay. Yeah, those entrapments really need to go away. The Disjunction, as we already mentioned, those do literally nothing.
You might want to keep in like 1 entrapment just to hit, if there happens to not be nice to hit like a Fanatic and something like that.
Yeah, I guess like I'm just like he's got 12 ways to trigger Nightfall.
True.
So like it's how often is it actually going to be a relevant card, right? Like
simple line of text makes the card not very good in this matchup.
Very needed though, because if Green just had like a instant speed or a fast spell 3 power removal spell that was just like unconditional, be pretty good.
Oh yeah. And for the other side, I definitely see Sabotage coming in.
Oh yes. Yeah, Sabotage will be coming in. Annihilate doesn't seem like it's going to be doing too terribly much here.
Runecrawler Yeti. You can scream that, kill off
Yep.
a whole bunch of stuff. Visage, I believe.
I actually like I don't mind the Direwolf Beastcaller either, because like if you play a Direwolf Beastcaller, that's going to force out a Lightning Storm by itself, right?
Yeah, it's just more threats at this point. Like you don't need Combust, you don't need Madness, so just pile in the threats.
Exactly. So yeah, because you're immediately going to be able to get 8 cards out of there. So yeah, Yeti, Beastcaller, Sabotage. I don't know what you want for your 8th card.
Maybe just Maiden, just for another body.
Yeah. Yeah. Potentially. I really wish that he like sided into some Primal Shadow Fire Mill. We get a little Solitude in there. Yeah. Yeah. Get behind it. Some of the Shackles. Yeah.
I'll pass.
Or Manacles, right? Yeah.
I just want to see. I want to see this game. I want to see Caleb do work. We saw Rindra. I want to see the other four drop do work.
We did see a Caleb get binned.
Yes. Yeah. When you have a flying charge Rindra, there's better options.
Oh man. All right. So it looks like. Oh wow! Only went down to 2 combust. Did not fully take the combust out. Looking over at Overmaster's screen, I don't know if I agree with that.
You get to see the other person's sideboard, so you could think he's bringing in maybe the Parliaments, maybe the Reclaimers. There's the Desert Marshals, maybe just to clear the way.
Yeah, I guess. Like you have Dark Return in those, like
yeah,
and most of your stuff like is going to trade with the like other than the Fanatics, but who knows? Maybe, and actually, I mean, to be fair, like going through some of the sideboard options, we were kind of like stretching, right? So maybe the combust is just better.
Yeah, might as well keep it in just in case. You get to see so much your deck between Observer, Quarry, and stuff like that. That just having one or two of, you can find the answers.
All right, so we do see players resolving mulligans right now. Tomathor's hand needs a little help, but I think he can get there. We have the crest, and we have the seat. Overmaster. Oh, they did bring in the treacheries. Okay, I was wondering about that.
And he also brought in Unseal, card we didn't talk about, which we should have, because it can counter the Dark Returns, can counter the Screams, which is quite important in this matchup.
Oh, I didn't even see Unseal on the board. Oh yeah, just casual 4, and I just completely ignored it.
I love that card. Bet you can guess I like a counter spell with the name Counterbob.
Yeah, I still don't know about Treachery. Like, what is Treachery hitting? Desert Marshal, which I guess is pretty big. So okay, all right. No, I'm on board with Treachery now. Tomathor going to go ahead and play another depleted power, waiting to be able to cast these. Find the ways sitting in the hand. Overmaster is just playing some crests. They're kind of doing the same thing. We're going back and forth here. Overmaster though, gonna be starting some shenanigans starting next turn. We're gonna see probably like Gorgon Fanatic come down.
Yep, definitely Fanatic. Hopefully it can last, although we do see the Lightning Storm in Tomathor's hand.
Yeah. Wow. Disjunction was left in.
That's interesting. I mean,
maybe just an oversight.
Could be. There's not much. Yeah, there's nothing that hits.
Or do they have a weapon that they're playing?
Maybe he's afraid of the Yetis being brought in, so then he can then disjunction back his decisions, stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Okay, I can get behind that. Overmaster deciding what they want to do. Are they going to play? I kind of like playing the Caleb. Yeah.
It doesn't die to stuff like Lightning Storm. You need a full solid answer for it. Vanquish, Harsh Rule.
Yeah, which he does. We do have the Harsh Rule. Curious to see if we're going to see it come out. We do not. Visage comes out. Overmaster did end up playing on his last turn that Caleb. Now we're back to his turn. I have to imagine we're going to see this Haunting Scream come down on the Fanatic, right?
Yep. Tomathor has no power up, so no fear of Unseal. This will turn Caleb into a 5/5. He'll get to hit for 3 with the Fanatic, draw some cards, a whole bunch of stuff here.
Yeah, and Caleb probably ends up dying next turn.
Yep,
right?
Treachery just to do more damage. That's 3 in total.
Okay. And we're going to see an attack in for 9. Yeah. So attacking for 9. Overmaster going to go up to 31 here and draw 3 cards. After, of course, a crest has been played, getting a little bit of filtering in there, get the card quality potentially a little bit better. For Overmaster, Overmaster drawing Yeti, a Slumbering Stone, and a Dark Return.
Yep, and he has 2 Dark Returns, so we can see those Fanatics just come back as 4 3s and 5 4s.
Yeah, it's gonna be doing some. Definitely gonna be doing some work. I almost wonder if you Dark Return back Caleb.
He is at 12, and if you want to just push through damage, you can be super aggressive.
But
by bringing back the Fanatic, or you just bring back Caleb to create a substantial board again. It's a choice.
So the reason why I kind of like Caleb is you're going to be able to attack here. You're going to drop him down to... You don't actually kill him this way, right? Whereas Caleb is a threat that stays around, and you could potentially end the game next turn.
Yep, you make a 5/5, makes him have Vanquish or Harsh Roll or Bust. And then next turn, you use your other Dark Return, bring back the Fanatic, creating a 6/6 Caleb, attacking for 10 in total that turn.
Yes.
Without any other spells played. So that could have been the line.
And we do see 2 Slumbering Stones now, which is going to be great. However, another Stronghold Visage being drawn by Tomathor. I have to... Ooh. Tomathor taking the strategize line to see if they can find a power. They hit a power, so getting paid off here. But if they didn't hit a power, that's skeptical. I'm skeptical of that line.
Yeah, I mean, the O2s aren't going to kill him. There's nothing that's going to scream out and kill him immediately. So he had a turn to not quite take off, but take a gamble.
Yeah. And here's the Dark Return. And now, yeah, you're kind of pressed into getting the Fanatic back.
Yep.
Since you took that line the first time. So we're going to see a Tomathor go down to 6 here. Overmaster going to go up to 37, draw 3 more cards. But like now their hand is just kind of getting bloated, right?
Yeah, he has the Sabotage, he has Yeti, so he can Yeti away 1 of the Visage. And if it dies from the Storm, which is probably not going to be a play because you don't want to create, 2/2 starting to hit you. So this is just going to swing in for a little bit, do more damage. He does have 2 Rindras, which, it's an extra damage turn.
Yeah, so let's... All right, what do we... Oh, okay, we're waiting for discard. Yeah. There's the Beast Caller. That could get pretty good if we see a 3rd Haunting Scream come off the top. I don't know. I wish if I was in Overmaster's position, I wish I had put a little bit more, a few more permanent threats on the board.
Yeah.
Tomathor can't really Lightning Storm, though.
No, I think the Caleb play would have been slightly better in this position. I think the game would have been over. But again, you didn't really see the opponent's hand when he treachery. You only see units.
Yeah.
So he could just be trying to play around stuff like Vanquish or harsh rolls and stuff like that. This might be the safer line slightly.
Yep. All right. Well, there's a Devour. All right. Now Lightning Storm is looking a lot better. Because Lightning Storm is only going to produce 1 Vengeful Gargoyle, at which point the Stronghold Visage is just pacing that, right?
Yeah, that was played at the end of the turn, though, so he can swing in this turn, and he did draw a Haunting Scream off of that. So this might just be the end of the game.
Oh, he did draw the Haunting Scream. Okay,
he does have Unseal up. He has 4, so probably see that get fired off here.
But yeah, okay. I was like, your opponent is representing lethal on board. My suggestion would be to counter it. All right. Yeah. Ooh, what? Are we not attacking with the Vengeful Gargoyle? Are we sure that was end of turn? I don't know. The Devour was on his turn.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Because he was at 8 power. Yeah. Okay. Lightning Strike not doing a ton right now. We're going to see the Excavate maybe for the Stronghold. Oh, for the Harsh Roll. Harsh Roll off the top, going to clean up the board. It's going to leave a Vengeful Gargoyle in play. However, if Tomathor wants to, going to be able to fire off that Lightning Storm, clean up everything.
Yep, he'll have enough power to just clear the full board and be in a pretty safe spot.
If he wants to, I'm actually kind of fine leaving a Vengeful Gargoyle around because, again, my Stronghold Visage is just going to negate that 2 points of damage that's coming through each time.
Yep. So no fear quite yet from it. Although your opponent does have a slew of cards in hand, so you might want to wait till plays out some more stuff, get a 2-for-1.
Yeah, and I think you play the Rindra here, right?
You could play Caleb, which you did.
Yeah, or the Fanatic and Sabotage, or the Beast Caller and Sabotage. I don't mind Beast Caller and Sabotage.
He does have 8. You can just play both. Does.
Yeah, and I guess there also is an argument for not playing Rindra because like then Tomathor just gets an extra draw off of it.
Yeah, it could possibly draw into another harsh roll. Play Caleb, and then a minor threat, so you have just a ton on board.
Yeah,
and then
go ahead.
Then with Caleb, you can just play a couple spells, push through more damage. Let's say leaves them at 1, play Rindra. Although Visage would, I forget how that actually works. Which one goes off first?
Yeah, and I'm also looking at this Tomathor playing the bluff game. The bluff game is real strong. Is going to be facing down 16 points of damage here.
Yeah, not much he can do.
I like it.
Even if he had lightning strikes, he would need, I would say, what's that, like 6 in his hand to deal with all this? Yeah, they're all 5 toughness, and it just doesn't deal.
Well, potentially Overmaster could forget that there's not a Temporal Distortion in play.
Sure.
And that Harsh Roll was also in hand. See, there's ways out.
Yeah. It just proved too strong, too quick. Just didn't draw enough answers. Like that game, the Vanquishers that we saw in game 1 that just sat in the hand would have been much better. Where the Rindras were staying around, the Caleb was staying around. Just didn't see that part of the deck in game 2.
Yeah, but I mean, like either way, it was definitely seeming a little tough for them to for Tomathor to deal with. Like I enjoy this matchup when playing on ladder. So on the reanimator, the Scream side of things,
it's definitely gotten more popular. I mean, it's cheap threats that have recursion, especially with Steward of the Past not being played as much.
Yes.
So it's left an opening for the Scream to really come back and be strong on ladder and also in tournaments. We saw it top 8 last week.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong deck and definitely a fun deck to play. Have not gotten the chance to play with the fire version yet, but seems I'm a little less hating on it now. Off of now that I've seen it, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold. I think I just need to play it, and then my nerves will be a little bit more calm. But yeah, congratulations to Overmaster there. And Counterbob, do you know what we're talking about when we talk about the Eternal Tournament series and all that entails?
I'm not too sure. Why don't you clear it up for me?
Oh yeah, I would love to. So the Eternal Tournament series, all right? It's a free tournament series that we put on. With tournaments every Saturday. So if you're free on a Saturday and you like playing Eternal and you want to get some tournament practice in, my suggestion, go ahead and give us a little bit of a sign up. All right, try to sign up a few days before. It makes our lives a lot easier. We really appreciate it. And again, it's free. Get the tournament experience. Come join us. All right. This year we've got 4 seasons for 2018. We have the 2-day invitational every 2.5 months. And cash prizes of at least $250. The next invitational, so put this on your calendar, ladies and gentlemen, please, 17 to 18, March. That makes sense. March 17th and 18th, gonna be, cash prize pool, of $250. But it's going to be a great one. Get that on your calendar. And of course, we have our annual championship at the end of the year that has a $3,000 prize pool. So if you guys like what you see here and you're curious, again, there's literally no reason for you not to play in the tournament series, given that it is completely free. The community is absolutely fantastic. If you need helps or ideas with decks, get on the Discord. People are there. They're going to give you input. Just don't let the haters hate, right? But yeah, I think it'll be good. Did that clear things up for you, Counterbob, or did I just ramble too much?
No, I think I made it pretty clear. And I believe if you're new to the series, there is a rookie program that we have.
Oh, you want to do you know enough about that to go into it?
Slightly. I mean, if you are new to ETS and haven't played in any season before, the rookie is a player who has played in 3 or fewer ETS tournaments prior to the current season. So, if you haven't played many, come in, and it's an additional way to qualify you for these invitational tournaments. Newer players, you do well, lead on the rookie leaderboard, and bam, you're invited to a ETS invitational and make more money.
Ooh,
how about that?
That's how about that? Indeed. But thank you for doing the rookie spiel. Really appreciate that. So even less of a reason for people not to be playing in this tournament series. That is the last match in the round. So we are going to take a quick break. I think I'm going to order some chicken tenders. It's going to be good stuff. And then we'll be back. Counterbob, anything you want to add before we go off into the dead of night?
Caleb and Ranger are two of my favorite cards, so I really have to see them both in the same deck.
So you're going to be playing this deck soon, is what I'm hearing.
Maybe, I don't know. I've just been playing Fel mid range, and that's all I like to play. So it's hard to get enough of it.
Fair enough. Well, this has got Feln in it.
It's close.
Yeah. It's a little Felon scar. All right, but we're gonna take a quick break with that, and guys, we will be back. I cannot wait to talk at your faces again. Enjoy.